There comes a moment in everyone's life when they realize that the barriers they've faced are not as strong as they've been led to believe. These barriers are not made of concrete or steel. They are made of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. We build these walls in our minds, convincing ourselves that we can't break through, that we're not good enough, or that the obstacles are just too big to overcome. But the truth is, these barriers are only as strong as we allow them to be. It's time to shatter the myths, break through the walls, and redefine what's possible. Each of us is capable of breaking through whatever barriers we face. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your past looks like, or what anyone else says about your potential. The only thing that matters is what you believe about yourself and the choices you make moving forward. You see, those barriers may seem insurmountable, but they are only temporary roadblocks designed to test your resilience. They are not permanent. When I look at people who've accomplished extraordinary things, I see one common thread. They refused to let barriers define them. They didn't see the walls in front of them as permanent obstacles. They saw them as challenges to be conquered. And the more they faced those challenges, the stronger they became. When you shift your mindset and see barriers as opportunities for growth, you realize they are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones toward your greater purpose. But breaking barriers requires more than just wishful thinking. It takes action, it takes grit, and it takes the willingness to keep going even when the road is tough. When you hit that wall, and you will hit a wall, you can't stop, you can't turn around. You've got to keep pushing, even when the journey feels lonely and the odds seem stacked against you. Every time you break through a barrier, you create a new path for others to follow. You show them that it's possible, that they too can rise above their circumstances. The barriers you face today are not permanent fixtures. They are temporary tests. The real barrier is your belief in what you can achieve. Once you break through that, once you realize the limitless potential you hold, you'll see that no barrier is too high, too wide, or too strong to keep you from reaching your dreams. So stand tall, break those barriers, and let your journey be an example for others. You are capable of more than you know, and the power to break through is already inside you. The question is, are you ready to unleash it? Barriers are not always physical obstacles we can see or touch. Most of the barriers we face are internal, created by the limits we place on ourselves. We convince ourselves that certain things are impossible, that certain dreams are out of reach, or that certain challenges are too much to overcome. These mental barriers are often the most difficult to break because they are not tangible, and they can cloud our perception of what is truly possible. Fear, doubt, and negative beliefs about ourselves and our abilities form these barriers, making them seem like insurmountable walls, when in reality, they are just figments of our imagination. Consider how often we tell ourselves that we are not capable, that we don't have enough experience, or that we're too young, too old, too this, or too that. These limiting beliefs don't come from the outside world. They come from within us. They are shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. But they don't have to define us. When you allow these thoughts and doubts to control you, you're building a wall that only you can tear down. The first step to breaking these mental barriers is recognizing that they are not real. They are just thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. Your mind is a powerful tool, and it has the ability to either limit you or propel you toward greatness. When you realize that the barriers in your mind are self-imposed, you can begin to shift your thinking and break free from their grip. Imagine if every time you faced a challenge, you told yourself, "I can do this," instead of focusing on the reasons you can't. The more you tell yourself that something is possible, the more you begin to believe it. And belief is what breaks the barriers. The reality is that many of the barriers we face are not physical walls, but mental blocks. When you change your mindset, you begin to see the world differently. You start to see challenges as opportunities, and you start to believe that you are capable of overcoming anything. By identifying and challenging the negative beliefs you've internalized, you can start to dismantle the barriers that have been holding you back. The walls are only as high as you allow them to be, and with the right mindset, you can break through them and achieve anything you set your mind to. Every barrier you encounter holds within it the seed of growth and transformation. It's easy to see these obstacles as insurmountable, as something that will hold you back and prevent you from achieving your goals. But when you shift your perspective, you realize that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The truth is, the greatest lessons often come from the moments when we're tested the most. When faced with a barrier, your natural response might be fear, doubt, or resistance. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to believe that the obstacle is too big or too difficult to overcome. But those very feelings of discomfort and challenge are often the first sign that you're on the brink of growth. The barrier isn't there to stop you. It's there to push you to dig deeper, to find new strengths, and to rise to a higher level of courage and determination. Think of a time in your life when you faced a significant challenge. Perhaps it was a moment of failure, a setback, or an unexpected turn of events. In that moment, it probably felt like the end of the road, as if nothing good could come from the situation. Yet, when you look back now, you can see that the challenge forced you to become more resilient, to learn new skills, or to shift your perspective in ways that you wouldn't have otherwise. The barrier was, in fact, the gateway to a new chapter of your life, one where you emerged stronger and more capable than you were before. Barriers are often opportunities to redefine what you're capable of. They challenge you to tap into your inner resources, to think outside the box, and to be creative and resourceful. When you face an obstacle, you're often forced to find new solutions, develop new strategies, and push past your own perceived limits. It's these moments of innovation, determination, and growth that lay the foundation for your future successes. Moreover, barriers can foster empathy and connection. When you overcome a challenge, you not only prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought, but also inspire others who are facing their own barriers. Your story becomes a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is always a way forward. When you choose to break through a barrier, you're not just doing it for yourselves, you're doing it for those who might follow in your footsteps. Every barrier holds a lesson, a gift, and an opportunity. It may feel daunting, but remember, you have the strength and resilience to break through. Embrace the challenge, see it as an opportunity for growth, and know that on the other side lies a greater version of yourself, ready to make an impact and achieve what you once thought was impossible. Barriers are not permanent fixtures in your life. They are temporary roadblocks that appear to test your resolve, but they do not have the power to keep you down forever. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and the challenges you face today will not define your future unless you allow them to. Everything, no matter how difficult or painful, is temporary, And that is the mindset you need to embrace in order to move past the barriers you face. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it's easy to feel like the difficulty will last forever, that the pain or frustration will never end. You may begin to feel stuck, as if the obstacle in front of you is an unmovable wall. But if you take a moment to step back and gain perspective, you'll realize that every challenge you faced in the past, every setback, every hardship, eventually came to an end. The pain you felt eventually faded, and the difficulty became a memory. The same will be true for the barriers you face now. They may seem insurmountable, but they are not permanent. Think about some of the toughest moments in your life, moments when you thought you could never get through them, yet here you are today, stronger and wiser for having made it through. The truth is, no hardship, no matter how significant, lasts forever. The pain you feel, the obstacles you face, are all temporary. What lasts is your resilience, your strength, and your ability to adapt. It's easy to forget this when you're in the middle of a struggle. It's easy to think that the difficulty you're facing will never end. But when you remind yourself that all things are temporary, you can shift your focus from the challenge itself to the actions you can take to move forward. By taking small steps every day, by staying committed to your goals, and by remembering that this obstacle is just a passing phase, you empower yourself to keep going. Think about the many seasons of life. Some seasons are full of growth, while others may seem barren and difficult. But just as the seasons change, so do the circumstances in your life. Today are just temporary tests of your strength and resilience. They will pass, and when they do, you will be stronger for having faced them. So hold on to the knowledge that what you're going through right now is not forever. Keep pushing forward, and remember that your strength lies not in avoiding barriers, but in your ability to rise above them. The way you perceive and respond to the barriers in your life is everything. Often, it's not the barrier itself that keeps you from moving forward, but rather the mindset you bring to the situation. Your mindset shapes your reality and determines whether an obstacle will be an insurmountable wall or a stepping stone toward your success. The key to breaking through barriers lies in how you choose to view them. A growth mindset is one of the most powerful tools you can develop. When you adopt this mindset, you view challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats or roadblocks. This shift in perception doesn't deny the difficulty of the obstacle. Instead, it encourages you to approach the challenge with curiosity, creativity, and persistence. Instead of feeling defeated by the barrier, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger? Take a moment to think about a time when you faced a challenge that seemed impossible at first. Perhaps it was a difficult project at work, a personal struggle, or a goal that seemed just out of reach. When you first encountered it, it may have felt overwhelming. But the moment you changed your perspective and decided to approach it with a positive mindset, something shifted. You began to see the situation differently. You started looking for solutions, breaking the problem down into manageable steps, and focusing on what you could control. By choosing to look at the barrier not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to learn, you transformed the situation entirely. The power of mindset is in its ability to shift your energy and focus. When you believe that barriers are there to teach you and help you grow, you approach them with greater confidence and determination. On the other hand, A fixed mindset will tell you that a barrier is something that cannot be overcome, making you feel stuck or defeated before you even try. The right mindset fuels you with the belief that you can adapt, adjust, and find a way forward, no matter how tough the situation seems. In every challenge, there is a lesson waiting to be learned, and the only way to discover that lesson is by changing your perspective. Ask yourself empowering questions like, "What's the lesson here?" Or, "How can this make me better?" These questions reframe the barrier from something negative into something that helps you grow. When you approach barriers with the mindset that they are simply opportunities for growth and progress, you start to build the resilience needed to face even the toughest challenges. Instead of running from them, you run toward them, knowing that with each obstacle you overcome, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Breaking barriers doesn't happen through wishful thinking or hoping for things to change. It requires action, perseverance, and the will to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's easy to sit back and wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances to take the first step. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The only time that matters is right now. And the only way to overcome a barrier is by taking action, no matter how small it may seem at first. Each step you take is a step closer to breaking through the barrier. Often, when we face a difficult situation, we feel paralyzed by fear or doubt, unsure of how to begin or whether our efforts will be enough. But action, even in its smallest form, breaks the inertia. It creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Once you start moving, even if the steps are small, you start to see progress. Progress builds confidence, and confidence fuels more action. The more you move forward, the more you realize that the barrier is not as unmovable as you once thought. Another powerful aspect of taking action is that it helps to silence the inner voice of doubt. When you're facing a barrier, that voice in your head can be loud, telling you that it's too hard, that you're not good enough, or that you'll never succeed. But when you take action, you show that voice who's in charge. Each step you take is a statement of your strength, your commitment, and your belief in your ability to succeed. Taking action also opens up opportunities that you can't see when you're sitting on the sidelines. The more you move, the more doors begin to open. You meet new people, gain new insights, and discover new possibilities that weren't apparent when you were stuck in indecision. Action brings results, and those results move you closer to breaking the barrier, whether it's achieving a goal, overcoming a fear, or finding a solution to a problem. The key to breaking barriers is simple. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the right conditions. Just start. Take one small action today and let it build momentum. Keep moving forward and trust that with every step you take, you are closer to breaking through. The barrier may not move on its own, but with your consistent effort and action, you will. Resilience is the muscle you build through adversity. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going when the road gets tough, and to continue pushing forward despite the challenges that may come your way. Every time you face a barrier, it's an opportunity to build resilience. When you break through that barrier, you not only overcome the obstacle at hand, but you also develop the strength to face the next one, no matter how big or small it may be. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate through your experiences and choices. Think about it. Every time you experience a setback or a failure, you're not being broken. You're being molded. It's in those moments of struggle that you learn your greatest lessons. You learn how to problem solve, how to adapt, and how to find solutions when things don't go according to plan. Each challenge strengthens your emotional and mental fortitude, teaching you that even when things go wrong, you have the ability to rise again. Resilience is all about perspective. It's not about avoiding pain or hardship, but about how you choose to respond to it. When you face an obstacle, you can either see it as a dead end or as an opportunity for growth. People who are resilient choose the latter. They understand that difficulty is not the end of the journey, but a part of it. It's the moment when you tap into your inner strength and prove to yourself that you can handle whatever life throws at you. Resilience allows you to bounce back stronger than before, with more wisdom, more determination, and more clarity. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is that it makes you more adaptable. Life is unpredictable. The path to success is rarely a straight line, and you'll face detours, obstacles, and challenges along the way. Resilience allows you to adjust to these changes, to stay flexible in your thinking, and to keep moving forward even when the original plan is no longer possible. Instead of being stuck or frustrated, you begin to see new possibilities, new pathways, and new opportunities for growth. Resilience makes you less rigid and more open to new experiences and solutions. But building resilience doesn't mean you won't experience pain or difficulty. It doesn't mean you'll never feel exhausted, frustrated, or defeated. It means that when those feelings arise, you have the tools to manage them, learn from them, and keep going. The key is to allow yourself to feel the emotions, acknowledge the challenges, but never let them define you. Instead, use them as fuel to propel you forward, knowing that with each obstacle you overcome, you're not just surviving, you're evolving into a stronger, more capable person. Resilience is not about avoiding setbacks, it's about rising each time you fall. It's the ability to stand tall after each failure, knowing that you have what it takes to push through, to grow, and to succeed. The more barriers you break, the more resilient you become. And the stronger you get, the easier it becomes to face even bigger challenges with confidence and determination. Resilience is the foundation of all success, and it's what turns challenges into opportunities for greatness. When you break through your own barriers, you are not just achieving success for yourself, you are also creating a path for others to follow. Your journey, filled with its struggles and triumphs, serves as a beacon of hope for those who are still facing their own challenges. The impact of your breakthrough doesn't just end with you. It ripples out, inspiring others and showing them that their own barriers can be overcome. Each time you rise above an obstacle, you not only change your life, but also influence the lives of those around you. Think about the people you admire in your life, whether they're mentors, public figures, or even people in your personal circle. You've likely been inspired by their resilience and ability to overcome their own struggles. Their stories have made you believe that if they can do it, so can you. Now, you have the opportunity to be that person for someone else. When you push through a barrier, you become a living example of what's possible. Your victory becomes a symbol of hope and motivation for someone who might feel like they're too far from their goals or too deep in their struggles. The truth is, none of us goes through life without encountering obstacles. Everyone faces challenges, whether they're big or small. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep going, to push through those barriers and to not give up. By doing this, you're not just breaking through for yourself. You're helping others see that the barriers they face are not permanent, and they too have the strength to overcome them. Your breakthrough is proof that the impossible is possible. It shows that setbacks are just stepping stones, and with perseverance and determination, success can be achieved. When others witness your strength and your ability to rise above adversity, they begin to believe in themselves more. You become a living example of resilience and success, showing others that the challenges they face are only temporary. But it's not just about inspiring others in a general sense. It's about the direct personal impact you can have on someone's life. Perhaps there's someone in your life who's struggling right now, someone who is facing a barrier of their own. Your story of overcoming your own obstacles could be the turning point they need to shift their perspective and take action. Your journey may be the catalyst for someone else to take that first step toward breaking through their own barriers. By continuing to break barriers, you not only change your life, but also create a ripple effect of empowerment. You become a role model, a source of inspiration, and a reminder to others that no barrier is too great to overcome. It's not just about personal victory. It's about lifting others up and showing them that they too have the strength to rise above their circumstances. As you break through your own barriers, you also help others break through theirs, creating a world where everyone believes that they can achieve what once seemed impossible. In this way, breaking barriers is a collective journey. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you make the path clearer for those who follow. Your resilience inspires others to believe in themselves, to take action, and to keep moving forward. You may never fully realize the impact you have on others, but know this: every time you rise, you help someone else rise with you. Your breakthrough isn't just yours. It belongs to everyone whose lives you touch. The belief in your own potential is the single most powerful force that determines whether or not you will break through the barriers that stand in your way. The truth is, no matter how much talent or opportunity you have, if you don't believe in yourself, you will struggle to achieve your goals. Self-doubt and lack of belief can create the greatest barrier of all. When you doubt your abilities, you limit your potential. But when you truly believe that you can succeed, when you are convinced that no obstacle is insurmountable, you begin to move with a confidence and determination that pushes you past any barrier. The first barrier to overcome is the one that exists in your mind, the belief that you are not capable, that you don't have what it takes, or that success is meant for others, but not for you. These thoughts are often the result of past failures, external criticism, or comparing yourself to others. However, these negative beliefs do not define who you are or what you can achieve. They are simply lies your mind tells you to keep you safe in your comfort zone. The real challenge is breaking through the mental barrier that holds you back from believing in yourself fully. One of the most powerful aspects of self-belief is that it has a ripple effect. When you believe in yourself, you set the stage for others to believe in you as well. People are drawn to confidence and determination. When others see that you believe in your ability to succeed, they will begin to believe in you too. This belief from others can then fuel your own self-belief even further, creating a cycle of positivity and momentum. Belief in yourself is the foundation for all success. It's the key that unlocks your potential and allows you to push through any barrier that stands in your way. The more you cultivate this belief, the stronger you become, and the easier it is to face the obstacles ahead. Once you understand that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined, nothing will be able to stop you. The barriers you face are only as big as you allow them to be, and with the belief in your own potential, you can break through anything. Breaking through barriers starts with believing in your own potential, taking consistent action, and maintaining resilience in the face of challenges. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and with the right mindset, you can turn every setback into a stepping stone towards success. Keep pushing forward, knowing that no barrier is permanent, and your strength to overcome them will not only transform your life, but inspire others to do the same. Your breakthrough is not just your victory, it's a testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief.